Hello everyone, my name is Lilian Mukami Muchoki from Nairobi, Kenya. I am a co-founder and the executive director of an NGO called Sauti, Jamii Programme. Sauti Jamii is a Swahili phrase meaning the voice of the people. So our main business at Sauti Jamii is to promote good governance and to advocate equal rights and opportunities for youth and women. So basically, I work with youth and mostly young women all the times. Other than working for Sauti Jamii, I'm also a trainer on governance issues. I am a mentor with the East Africa Dialogue series, and I also coordinate the East African community clubs for secondary schools. So most of my work involves training the young people, building their capacity in various issues so as to allow them to play roles in decision making, in oversight and monitoring and evaluation of the economic and political process across the country. And issues of governance and accountability are very close to my heart. Unfortunately, I come from a country where issues of corruption have been very regular, and I feel like it is the high time that citizens are involved in making sure that the people who are in charge of appropriating the national resources are held accountable. My interest in UNCTAD is basically because I am part of a demographic that forms the largest population not only in Nairobi, not only in Kenya, but also across the East African community region. We are talking about more than 50% of our population consisting of youth. So there is no way we can have a discussion on development. There is no way we can have a discussion on trade and other economic issues without hearing the voice of the young people. These are the people who are unemployed. These are the people who are in school and who need a job after that, or who need an entrepreneurship opportunity after that. So we need to hear their voices, understand their needs, and also bring them on the table so that they can make decisions and implement some of the things that we are discussing. So if I attend this year's UNTAD meeting and the youth forum in specific, I think my main interest will be on the participation of youth in the various processes that allow for accountability in our government, in various processes that allow for prioritization on development issues. In Kenya, we have the devolved processes, whereby now governance is started from a very low level with resources being given to these processes. So how do we, as Kenyan youth, hold our government accountable and make sure that these resources are not being diverted to other areas? How do we come up with systems of monitoring? How do we come up with systems of educating this very large demographic so that they can understand what they need to look out for? How do we also come up with systems that allow for them to participate in these processes without being told, you are inexperienced, or you're the leaders of tomorrow? So how do we encourage the young people to get to the decision-making table instead of sitting back and waiting to be recipients? And even above all this, how do we encourage them to form synergies with the other groups within our society, those who are more experienced, those who have, who have been there before, so that they can strengthen the processes that are already there? So I think I need to be there when those discussions are being held. I need to sit with my fellow Kenyans. I need to sit with my fellow East Africans. I need to sit with my fellow African youth, and I need to sit with youth from across the world, and we share we exchange knowledge and share ideas on how to ensure that the participation of youth in economic, political, and social processes is there, and not only just there, but it is effective. So I think in a nutshell, I am interested in exchanging knowledge. I am interested in networking. I am interested in forming part of these groups that will come up with decisions which we can pass to the decision makers and have more wholesome inclusion of the youth in various processes that are happening at the national level, at the even local level, national level, regional level, continental level, and even the global level. So I'm really excited to meet young people from across the world. I am really excited to share what I know and learn from others on different issues. So I would really appreciate this opportunity, not just as a participant, but also as a moderator or a facilitator in some of these processes. And I think it's also important to acknowledge that there is this group of young people who are not really young, probably in their early 30s, who have not had the opportunity to transition fully. They still face the same problems that are being faced with 20-year-old. How do we help them? We should have a discussion how to help them in this transition so that we stop having this problem where the definition of a youth keep getting stretched because the people who are meant to be youth are still, as much as they are old, they're still feeling like they need some affirmative action. So I'm really excited, and I hope to meet people who are knowledgeable, people who are exciting, dynamic, people who are thinking about being innovative, young people who have innovative minds, who are tech savvy, who are doing different things, so that we can exchange this knowledge and share synergies that can propel us to the next level. So with that, I hope that I will get the opportunity to attend. And karibuni Kenya. Asante sana.